Eje na nya abedru abusuafo enche kwa ye ba beto akwatia by election no na abusuafo na okupie mu a ahoboabo a ekoso no enya asem ketu a chese IGP Tete Christian Yohunu a chese police for de omakọ ekobo ban a chese enya asem ketu a search ahodo ekoso se election we ebetima akoso kosamanfo plan no ya hwi ebetimi agency mu a chese enya asem ketu recently kwade so wo ablekuma na chese enya asem kutu nyina nim de so a chese talk boys any metro man fo bi de omon sakeka Ghana ye mpanyimfo ne NPP mpanyimfo na chese abusuafo na ani enya nti omon pese biem sa besi biem no enyoma omode atopono so anaso omode atokwan chese police fo ne enyoma chese bema election etimi aye asumdwe no nyina omoye na no na Dr. Okoe Oboy etimide ensem bebre abeto abonte fasansi mi ameme yakuti ensem mu enchemu. Subscribe to my channel, like it, therefore adwenche comment section.
You know, I think the NEC made a lot of meat or case out of this two-thirds thing and created the impression that something big was about to happen with the two-thirds. So come on, majority is not enough. Let's push hard. And even some thought that they could change the constitution and some entrenched amendments. You will see very soon. So far, the two-thirds is been on paper. By the way, I think to do before we knew the issues. Some of the issues that went against us, cost of living, the economy. We also had strong points like, the free SHS, quality of education, free TVET. The point I'm trying to make is that in every election, there are things that play out. What usually the citizens will look out for. Even with the burden of the economy on us, we were able to win Akwetia narrowly. The NDC contested it in court that we didn't win the elections. After all the legal gymnastics, the gentleman was more or less confirmed as the MP for the Akwetia constituency.
Was it confirmed?
But the Supreme Court, yes.
No, that matter hasn't been.
No,
that matter
they've not made a determination.
Which one?
It was a contempt.
It was a contempt.
Yeah.
Right.
So the matter is
still in court. Yeah.
But now the matter is there.
And what is very strange and interesting is that you have a party that says that, look, this our guy is the one that the constituency believe in and want to lead them. He won the election, the NDC. And then, by God's own arrangement, instead of you contesting the thing in court, God now calls this guy, okay, leave the scene. Now the seat that you say is yours is now vacant. And then this party that says that we want this seat, they now go for primaries and take out the one they were arguing in court was a favorite of the constituency and bring the lawyer that was fighting the case.
The lawyer was not on the ballot. Maybe they found the lawyer to be better.
Every election
the time they were arguing in court, they were not telling the judges that this lawyer...
The lawyer didn't contest the election.
No, but my point is that whatever arguments were being made was to the effect that he is the one that the people, the overwhelming majority, had confidence in. Is it not interesting that when the seat now became vacant, the one who the NDC believes had to be sent through the courts to be confirmed as the one that the people believe in, they say, no, you shouldn't go.
No, because he contested the election. Maybe he didn't perform as marvelously as they would have.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, so, I like the way you put it.
Yeah.
Not as marvelous.
Maybe. Or maybe they found the lawyer to be better.
So, that's an intriguing or interesting thing that has to come
interesting,
out.
actually.
Yes.
And I wonder what conversation the lawyer had with his former client before putting
but,
in this.
As you are looking at client lawyer, I'm also looking at the NDC part when they tell you that this is what we think happened, what it could be. One major advantage the NDC has going into this election is that the government has been formed by them. And so, unsurprisingly, their campaign everywhere is that give us power, give us a seat, and we'll do development projects. Is that not it?
But that's what their policies has become.
Okay.
But have you been there? Have you been there? Do we see? Have you seen?
No, I've
not heard issues about abuse of incumbency yet.
Oh, I'm coming there.
Have we seen that?
I'm coming there. Now, I think that's the main advantage. But if you check the history or our background as a country, it's not a given that once you give a seat to an incumbent government, you get the projects or development that they are promising. So this to the people of Akwetia. Remember, Talensi, if it's by election that guarantees what to happen, I'm sure Talensi would have been some very fantastic in terms of projects. All their infrastructure would have been done. Almost most of the constituents that went through by elections, they didn't really get the expected developments that were promised by the incumbent. So that's by the way. I think that the NPP is going in strong with the same message that, look, just as Ernest Kumi was trying his best to represent you, these, our gentleman, would also do the same. I am not too worried about violence there because of the shame that came to us as a country and the police. Looking at what happened at Ablekumanov. So I think that the shame is so much that they have gone, in fact, they are now being even excessive.
They have revised their notes.
Exactly. And, you know, Salam, I think one day we must have this conversation. The reason why our police in Ghana, not necessarily under NDC, can be so impotent and sometimes so unreliable is how the head of the police is brought in. When the Constitution provided that the president should appoint the police, when we started, there was a lot of emphasis on the cohesion of the state. You didn't want from the beginning where everybody would be showing his power. Imagine if you had independently brought in the police, the president says, or the government wants to do this, I also do that. But after having traveled over 30 years, I think it is about time to find some amendments. So if we had a provision that said, let's say president appoints 3 commissioner COPs, and all police officers from ACP and onwards, if there are 500 in the police, they will vote on who will become the IGP. So if we have some checks and balances that grants or guarantees your tenure of office, we will then have police that will work with some SOPs, some standard operating procedures that will be assertive. Look, the things, I think one political professor said something which I agree. He said, look, the violence we had in previous by-election was not because the police were not around. They were around, but they appeared either impotent or helpless. So what will make them act based on their training and the rules is when you know that when you do this particular act under, let's say, NDC, they are in power, they can't take you out because they are not happy with you. So this is where we have to get to as a country. Look, in Lejeguku, after the election, I have some projects I'm working on at Nigeria. NDC assemblymen, 2 gentlemen, led tax. They went there, broke doors, ransacked some of my items, and did a picture that I've stolen.
Private?
Yes, a private property. I wrote to the regional police. I presented myself 3 occasions, waited at the one Kabu Saint, the assemblyman, some electoral area guy, and one other gentleman. Waited at regional police 3 different occasions. Up to now, they are helpless. I have the complaint, the statement. They made me write a statement. To even get them to show up at the police, they are untouchables. This will continue in our republic until we do amendments that will allow the police. Look, the way Ghana is now, Salom, there are certain events. If you go and you see police presence, but there's political tainting of the program, it's better you take some precautions so that you don't get trouble.
Because the police won't come to your aid.
Because sometimes they see and they are helpless because of the current structure.
I see.
But I believe that Akwetia would not be as problematic.
That's the sentencing of the 8 persons who perpetrated that violent act in Ablekumanov.
Yeah, you know,
deter people.
Because I understand the difficulty of the police, I don't even want to go at them. You see, if you see the way these gentlemen were, this gentleman is even used advice, were treated. Compare them to, say, Obama. He posted something, and just for posting, he had to be brought into police headquarters at dawn and all that. These guys didn't even see the. But he posted how do you call it, ammunition gun or whatever, and some video that is. But my point is that he posted a video.